Like
Gotcha.
that'll be the end of this chapter, and I decide if I want to keep going or not, or what I want to do. But it's just like,
What do you tell someone as far as staying motivated when you are coming last and you feel like you're not even?
I mean, realistically, it depends. Do you like it? Then, brush it off. And I always tell people, I'm like, all right, the show's Saturday. By Tuesday, nobody gives a fuck. It doesn't matter. It's not like, people are going to be like, oh, I saw you got last.
Mark Cuban says that a lot. No one remembers your failures, only remember your successes.
Exactly.
You've only got to be like right once.
Yeah.
So you're getting that, like, nobody really cares, right?
Exactly. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Tony Robbins, like, he always talks about like raising your standards.
Yeah.
Whatever standard you hold for yourself, physically, financially, is where people are at. Yeah. And someone who's overweight has a low standard for himself. Someone who's broke has a low standard for himself. Yeah. And he always talks about raise your standards. It's literally his go-to word. And you raise your standards even when you weren't in that position, but this is what you're striving to get to, right?
Well, I mean, and maybe subconsciously I was like, if I can get somebody that has that kind of family, they can help me.
Well, that too, right?
Yeah, like it's not financially, but mentorship. My parents didn't go to college. My wife's dad's a lawyer. So I'm like, I pick his brain and I'm like, okay, well, this or that and this. So you have access to people, and that's what people are scared of. If someone's better than you, most of the time they get defensive.
That's why, like, when I do this and I get like fitness guys and like, where have you lost your motivation? How'd you get it back? Yeah. And some interesting stories where people have lost it. And I mean, everyone falls off track, even in business. It's so hard to just grind.
That's the thing. It's like laziness and complacency are the biggest struggles in anything, even relationships. If you're with your partner and you're not working together to grow forward, you get complacent, you grow apart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same thing with your business. Like, I mean, I diversify because it gets stagnant. And then I'll find something else and it gets me excited. I'm passionate about it. And then I'm like, oh yeah, this is my first love. I'll go back to this. And this is what makes everything. And that's just what it is. I mean, everything for me, success is a perspective.
I saw a TikTok yesterday. It was like, nobody with money wears Gucci.
Yeah.
Like, nobody with true money wears like these high-end brands because they know better.
I mean, it's just preference.
Yeah.
I mean, like I wear it. But for me, it's more like man, I couldn't afford it then, I can afford it now.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, I enjoy there's nothing wrong with having nice things. Like I know a lot of wealthy people that have designer things and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's below their means. That just means like their means are so much that $500 belt, it's like $5 to a regular person.
It's that what's the name? Talks about it a lot. Can't remember his name. Sorry, I got off track then. So mistakes. What's like some of the biggest mistakes you've kind of?
The biggest mistakes is patience, cashing out too early. Like when you invest in stocks or whatever it is, and you cash out too early.
Just like getting obsessed with it and not just letting go.
Well, that like one of the things that helped me change my perspective on stocks, because I did a lot of stocks in the beginning and I lost a lot, was Warren Buffett. He has a quote where he's like, when you're investing in stocks, you can't think of stocks. You're investing in that company.
Yeah, I've heard him say that.
So when you invest in that company, you're thinking long term. Like I think his example is Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So he's like, okay, Coca-Cola is going to be around
forever,
probably forever.
Yeah.
So if you have a bad week, it's not a big deal. And that's how you have to kind of think of that mentality in your business, right? If you start your own business, whatever it might be, you're going to have bad weeks. But do you think your business is going to end because of that bad week? And it's the same thing for anything. You might have a downfall, a bad day, whatever it is. No matter what, tomorrow the sun's going to come up. You're going to have another opportunity to fix it. Either you learn from it or you let it affect you and you're going to waste your time. And that's how it is with any of your goals, right? Like in fitness, you look great. Okay, but I have a goal. Okay, I'm 6 weeks out. Yeah, but you can have a beer, you can have a burger. No, I have a goal for 6 weeks. So it's the same thing. If your goal is to save $10,000 and you get to 7, what if their friend, partner, whatever is like, oh, let's go on vacation, let's buy something. You have $7,000, you can go back down to 5 and you'll get to your goal. You're like, but that's not my goal. And it's just they just don't want you to pass that level.
How do you make that important enough where you achieve your goal and you just don't let anyone else influence that?
The main thing is you have to be okay with yourself.
What do you mean by that?
You have to trust yourself. A lot of times you don't follow through. You're not like, well, okay, I'm going to do this tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, you're like, fuck it, I'll do it the next day.
So you don't hold yourself accountable enough.
Exactly.
And if you don't hold yourself, another guy's mentioned that, Byron, if you don't hold yourself accountable, no one else is going to, right?
Who cares? Nobody cares if you're successful.
No.
At the same time, people are hating on you all the time. Like, oh, so-and-so got this. Oh, it's because of that. It's always, it's because of. Not, oh yeah, they're on their shit, or oh yeah, I've seen them working, or oh yeah, it's never that. It's never positive.
They read 100 books, they failed a couple of businesses, and they finally figured it out. Oh, they inherited money, they're a drug dealer.
Yeah, it's always something.
Yeah.